grading rebuilds, I thought this would be a good idea for this episode because there's quite a couple teams that are rebuilding, but I don't think all teams that are rebuilding are doing it properly. The Utah Jazz, I'm giving them an A+.
So, sorry, just to say this one thing. In 2024, they will basically have their pick, Clippers pick, Rockets pick, Jazz pick.
Oh, my God.
And the Rockets will suck next year.
The Clippers could blow it up too this offseason.
In 2025, they will have Clippers, theirs, Rockets, Sixers, Heat.
Why do they have the?
It says multiple deal. Sixers, Danny Green trade.
Clippers is Paul George.
Rockets one was Westbrook.
That's what I was wondering.
Jazz was Derek Favors. Ooh, that was a minute ago.
Damn.
They got that pick from the Rockets because of the contract. I don't understand.
Trade. Remember
Got it. Interesting.
That was Sam Presti, man.
No, he's the
GOAT.
He's the GOAT.
He's playing fucking GM.
Utah, I definitely think they do flirt with an A+. Especially for the fact that, again, they're one of those teams that are overachieving. You have players that you could build around. Lauri Markkanen being the star of the bunch as well. And to acquire 10 first-round picks this offseason and to play significantly better than what most had expected, and what by most, basically everyone, because everyone figured you guys would be in the running for Victor, when simply that's just not the case. They have definitely exceeded expectations on both offensive side and defensive side of the ball. But yeah, I'm fine with giving them an A+ if you want to do that. To have the plethora of draft picks that they will have over the next few years, let me not just say few, for a long amount of time, you will put a great foundation around these guys right now. So I'm definitely fine with that.
Danny Ainge just doing it again, man. Did it with Boston, got off the vets, and he did it with Utah this time. I gave them an A as well. I mean, you move off Rudy Gobert, his contract, and truly the player, you get all of these fucking draft picks, literally a treasure chest worth of draft picks. One of them turned into Walker Kessler, who this year has, especially his last 4 or 5 games he started, I think he's had 3 double-doubles in a row, including a 2020 game. Got a couple nice pieces with Malik Beasley and Jared Vanderbilt. And right now, they're 4th in offensive rating, 11th in net rating. Their defense isn't good, but overall, you got to be happy. I mean, if you told Jazz fans you would have about the same record as the Timberwolves in January, I think they would be elated with that. Now, maybe it takes them back a little bit because they're not in contention for like a top 5 pick, say, right now. But you always have to be happy with winning, even though you're part of a rebuild.
It's easily an A+ for me. They turned Mitchell and Gobert into Lauri, Walker, Malik Beasley, O'Shea, Vando, Sexton, and then have 7 unprotected firsts on top of that. And they also have a ton of pick swaps. I think about up to 4 or 5 potential first-round pick swaps. Yep. So they have so much leverage because of this move. And I don't think it's the worst thing to be in a competitive rebuild and to have players that are solidified. Lauri Markkanen is an all-star. Nobody expected the Jazz to get back an all-star for Rudy Gobert or Mitchell. It was always maybe they get a young player that has potential. O'Shea has been getting minutes recently, and he looks like the player that he was in college, just somebody who can contribute at every single level. And Walker Kessler has been, I think, the biggest surprise of any rookie. Great. I know John was very high on him pre-draft, and he's somebody that is already one of the best shot blockers in the NBA. He's a great rebounder, and offensively, he has some touch that I think, quite frankly, Rudy Gobert lacked. And when he was with Utah. Yeah.
Traded Gobert and got Rudy Gobert light.
So I looked it up while you were talking. This draft, the Jazz will have the 2023 pick of their own. They will get the least favorable of Nets, Sixers, Rockets. So whatever the worst pick is, they get that. And then
when you say worst pick, you mean the highest pick?
Okay, so
lowest pick.
The worst pick would be the highest pick.
Gotcha,
so like a 30th pick is the worst pick. Yes. A for me. I've been tweeting about them for a lot. I've been tweeting about Walker Kessler for like 3 weeks. His impact is like he may not win Rookie of the Year. He may not have the flash of Boncaro and Mathurin, but his impact is right up there with them in terms of what he's doing for his team on the offensive end. Defensively, the anchor, he's been down low. How great of a screen setter he is, the touch he has around the rim, how good he is on the boards. I mean, he's a good player. And then Lauri, this change in his offense. Shout out to Will Hardy for putting this offense together. Shout out for Lauri to getting in this environment because this opened up a whole new arc of his game. Jordan Clarkson has been phenomenal as their clutch scorer, their bucket getter. That's something to look forward to. Mike Conley's still a solid basketball player. So and even if they don't plan on staying here, these are guys who can still compete at a high level in the NBA for a playoff team. This team is good. Jared Vanderbilt, Kelly Olynyk has been solid when he he's in the lineup. He
Of course,
deals with
Kelly
a
Olynyk.
bit of injuries. This team is really good, man. I think, and I said it before. I said this team, if they had a star, would easily be a top team in the West because they have such a good collection of good role players, and then they have a second star.
Just one more,
in
you're
Laurie.
saying.
Yeah, just
Okay.
one more star. This team would be so good. But shout out to them. I give them an A because they've been well. Like you said, I agree, Joel. Competitive rebuild, there's nothing wrong with it as long as you have the players, you have the coach. They have the coach, they have the player, and they have the owner. So you have a guy who's not afraid to make moves. He's smart and strategic and cerebral in how he acts and how he maneuvers in the system. And then you have Will Hardy, who I think is one of the best young coaches in the league. So I think that's something you look forward to. So definitely A.
We're gonna talk about the John Wall interview a little bit later, talking about the
Screaming.
Rockets. But like, I know teams and fan bases always want to go into these complete overhauls and rebuilds, but being the worst team in the league with no vets and no direction, it's not always the best case
Eric
scenario.
Gordon said, nothing's changed.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not always
He was
best case
so
scenario.
disappointed.